Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Swift family. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. And today I've got another coin making method for you guys. It's a pretty good one, I'd say. But before I do hop into it, make sure to hit that sub button down below. You know, we bring these to you guys pretty much weekly, along with nano blitzes, money plays, all that great stuff. We're going to help you guys with so you can become better Madden players. Also, I really appreciate if you guys can hit that like button down below real quick. You know, it takes me a while to find these coin making methods, but I just keep bringing them to you guys because, you know, I just appreciate it. So if you could, all I ask is just one like down below. It takes you about 2 seconds. But without further ado, let's hop into this coin making method. And what we're going to be talking about today is the idea of sniping. Some of you may know what this is, and I'm sure most of you do, but there are some who don't. So I'm just going to go over a basic of what sniping is. So sniping is essentially just going through the auction house and buying cards, or finding cards, sniping, for cards that are way cheaper than they should be naturally selling for. I'll just give you some random example here off the top of my mind. So let's say we just go to like a 95 to 99 overall. This is completely random. Let's say you just find so this 95 Rob Gronkowski. Let's see someone puts him up for 100,000 coins. Boom, you snipe him. You get him for 100,000 coins and you sell him back for 450,000. There you go. That's 350,000 in the bank right away, right? So that's pretty much, that's just a rough, that's what sniping is in a nutshell. But obviously that's very rare. People don't put those cards up too often. So what I'm going to show you guys are the best sniping filters I've found and are out there that you guys are going to want to try using. So one of my favorite ones, or no, I don't know if it's my favorite one, but one of the, if you're trying to hit big, the best ones is to go to 90 to 94. Always go by newest with that arrow pointing down. And you see right here, the first card we've got is 28 minutes. That means that it's not actually showing us the newest cards that are out. So we're gonna have to find we're gonna have to narrow it down even more so that it shows us the newest cards. So what we could do is go by all offense, and let's see if that brings us down. What you're gonna want to see is 59 minutes, or 7 hours and 59 minutes, or 8 hours, or 23 hours, something like that. Usually it's 59 minutes though. Again, that still doesn't bring us up or bring us down. That's, by the way, that new Mariota that came out today. But let's try if we go to all defense. Usually defense is less selling, so it should bring us down to 59 minutes, and it does. So right here, that's pretty much what you're gonna want to do. You're just gonna want to go by newest and then go to all defense, or you can go by any position you want. Really, it doesn't really matter. It's really whatever you're looking for. If you know some card is going up that is getting sniped a lot or something like that. I know there's usually some of the bigger cards, like sometimes Man of the Months get put up, or Team of the Week heroes. So those are good to look for. And then you're just gonna want to keep refreshing like this, and the newest cards will continuously come up. Of course, to do this, you're gonna have to have a generally good idea of what is happening in the auction house and who's selling for what. So maybe this Terrell Suggs looks like it's a great buy, 47,000, because all the other cards are going for upwards of 100,000. But let's say if we actually look at Suggs, just him himself, I would likely guarantee that he's not going for more than, I mean, I'm sure he's going for less naturally. So if we go by his buy now price, I bet he's going for 40K, right? 47. So that actually is the cheapest one. But again, it's not a snipe because the average of his cards is right around 50K. So let's go head on back. What I would highly suggest, I mean, you could do this however you want, you know, watching Netflix, doing whatever you're doing some homework. But I would highly suggest that you guys, so you see right there, by the way, quick side note, 18,000 is the cheapest card. So obviously if you see anything other than these two cards, or these three cards, because you see these cards are kind of dominating the bottom. If you see any of those cards other than those three for less than 50K, I'm gonna say, you should buy them right away. Those are like automatic buys no matter what, because you're pretty much, unless it's these three cards, you're always gonna make coins on them. But otherwise, I would suggest that maybe you have muthead.com open, which is just like a Madden database for those of you who don't know. And so that way you can like kind of graze through the auction and see what's going for what and what's a snipe and what's not. To be real honest, I'm not 100% sure of what snipes or not. I don't have a great sense of the market right now, just because I haven't been on recently. But I know there are a lot of people out there that know how much these cards are going for, and they see a card, boom, right away, that's a snipe. Like, for all I know, this Camp Chancer could be going for 1 million coins on regularly. I'm sure he's not, but that is just an example. Now, I'm going to show you guys right here another sniping filter. This one is personally my favorite. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to go program, and it's the Team of the Week sniping filter. A lot of people know about this, but I would still say it's, at least, I don't know, I think it's my favorite. It's probably one of the best. Not 90 to 94, because that's going to be all the heroes and set masters or whatever, limited edition cards. but you don't want to look for the gold, so I would go by 85 to 89, and then you don't have to go all defense. You could go all players on Team of the Week, because usually it will keep you narrowed down. Oh, it actually isn't, so that's okay. You can always just narrow it down more and more. Let's go to all offense. Hopefully that should narrow us down to the 59-minute mark, and it does. So I see right there 10,000 is the cheapest one, but I have already known that Ryan Matthews goes for around that price. I see a Doug Baldwin bought there for 62. That's actually not like, that's not a snipe. The Doug Baldwin goes for around that. That's like the cheapest one you're gonna get. So these are pretty much the ones you're gonna want to be looking for. You gotta know how much the Team of the Weeks are coming out for, and usually most of the ones on the market will be the ones that just came out, because people are going to be throwing them up right away, as their prices will likely be dropping rapidly. But I know that, see, I know these cards aren't good buys. None of these are really good buys, but yeah, it's fairly simple. Most of the cards you see here are going to vary anywhere from like this 8,000 to this 125,000, because every week there's going to be the rare cards and there's going to be expensive cards. So the best way to figure that out is just by heading on back to the sets, the actual Team of the Week itself, and just looking through and familiarizing yourself with which cards are expensive and which cards are cheap. And that's going to help you prioritize which ones you're going to want to target when looking through the market. So I know this Doug Baldwin is going for about 60k, but we can just double check on that real quick. If we look, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, 64k, so that 62 was nothing special. Alec Ogletree, I believe he's going for around 50, but I could be mistaken there. 53, yeah. And then I know that these two other guys, so odds are every week there's going to be about 2 that are rare, and then there's going to be 2 that are not extremely cheap, but a large amount cheaper than the other 2. So 7,000 for Ryan Matthews. That obviously that 11,000 buy now does not look too impressive for that guy that did buy it. So I'm surprised he did. But let's look again, 11,000 for Darian Stewart. So this is a trend. If you keep going down through, you're going to see, I'll just give you another example. If we look at, for example, the Melvin Gordon from last week, let's look at Latavius Murray, and let's see how much he's going for. So he's going for 18,000 coins, so this card probably went for about 50 or more when it first came out. I know that Jason Witten was quite cheap, I believe, 30,000-ish, yeah. And if we look at the other 2, Tahir Whitehead, I'm not sure if this guy's actually cheap. Around 30,000 as well, okay. And finally, Brandon Flowers. I can imagine this guy goes for something. I don't know. So this is just a good example of how cards will drop extremely fast. So if you do end up sniping one of these guys, I can't stress enough that you're going to want to sell him right away, like as soon as you possibly can, because their prices are only going to drop. And that's going to happen every week, because, you know, better cards come out and less people want the old cards, so their value obviously is going to go down. This is another way to snipe, by the way, just going actually to the specific players and then backing out and then going in again, because that will definitely, if you want to snipe for one specific card, that'll definitely narrow it down for you. I don't expect to find anything. My number one trick for sniping, if you're wondering, the best way to get snipes, patience. Patience, 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 patience. I can't stress that enough, and no one seems to have enough in this game, honestly, but it takes so much patience to snipe, because you just got to be willing and able to sit there and just wait for your card to show up. And it's hard, believe me, it's very hard. I've tried it, but it's no easy task. That's all I can say. Now, I have one more final little filter for you guys. It's really nothing special. Along with, by the way, football or Team of the Week, you can also go to the Football Outsiders, and you should be able to get the same type of thing. Again, you're gonna have to give a good knowledge of the market, and so you want to know, like, you know, what everything's going for. But yeah, that's pretty much the same thing as the Team of the Week. So, you know, cards are gonna range from 30,000 to 8,000 to 160,000. So it's all gonna change. Number one priority, again, guys, before you do this, make sure you know the market. Get MUT head up and running while you're doing this. It's very helpful. But the final thing I have is just kind of, I don't even know if I'd call it a sniping filter. It's more just like a card flipper. And you're just going to want to use Ultimate Team base set and 85 to 89, because those are the cheapest. And then you're going to just go by, so if you look by, if you go by buy now price, 5,000. So you see these guys are cheaper. So you can just go by newest, and then you're obviously not going to get, because there's so many base elites, you're not going to get the cheapest or the newest ones up right away. But then I would just suggest you go by teams. I don't even know if the Bears have any, honestly. Yeah, Alshon, by the way, who was suspended. So you go by different teams. Some have more than others. I know the Seahawks have a couple, so we could look at those. And then that's just another little way. I wouldn't suggest this one as much. I would more suggest looking at the other methods I showed you guys earlier. But this is different ways to do it. But that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I would suggest you use the Team of the Week filter. Sniping filter the most often. It works the best, unless you want to get a big hitter and then go off for that 90-94. You can get a lot of great cards and make a lot of coin right there. I know a guy who missed a Julio Jones for 100, Julio Jones Man of the Month for 100 coins. And some of them don't actually look like snipes. So like the newest, for example, if someone puts up like this Des Bryant that just came out, puts him up for 150,000 coins, that's a snipe. Obviously it doesn't look like it, but that's a snipe, believe me. So yeah, main points here: be patient, familiarize yourself with the market, and be patient. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. Hope you did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. You know you got this far in the video, might as well, right? Really appreciate all the likes. Work hard for you guys, so I just appreciate if you could smack that down below. That sounded kind of weird, but anyways. Also, if you guys want to stay tuned for more of these, we do bring these to you weekly, along with lots of other Madden content, so make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. And that's about it for me today, guys. I hope you do enjoy, and until next time, stay swift.